Hi everyone! So recently we visited the Escape Trailers showroom in Chilliwack, BC, and we had a chance to meet Harrison as well as have a sit down and conversation with their president, Karl.
So if you followed our channel, you know that we like to look at small RVs. We have a camper van, so we like to look at other camper vans. We like to look at smaller trailers. We also like to look at truck campers and sometimes small Class Cs. Before we share with you the two trailers that we looked at, we just wanted to mention something that's quite unique about Escape Trailers, and we'll talk about that later in the video. And that's just the level of differentiation that you can have with each of their trailers. When you look at the standard package, there's a lot of choices you can make, everything around flooring to cabinetry. But then if you move on to their extensive list of options, there are far too many for us to list in this video, but we will provide a link to you to the comparison page so you can get an idea of what some of the options that are available to you are. The options cover everything from frameless windows to frame windows, whether you want to look at lead acid batteries or lithium batteries, to even a choice of a composting toilet. So it's quite extensive. So we'd really encourage you to take a look also at their website. There's a lot of information, not only about Escape Trailers, but also about RVing in general. A lot of educational tools that I think would be helpful for people. And last, I think we'd be remiss if we didn't mention their YouTube channel. They also have a YouTube channel, and it's got some up-to-date information about their products and about things related to RVing. It's really quite good.
Yeah, they really go into detail. So without further ado, we hope you enjoy this video, our visit to Escape Trailers showroom. We decided to look at their two smaller trailers today as we are interested in some compact options as we search for our next RV. So we'll start here with the Escape 17 feet model. They have two models, the 17A and the 17B. Here is an example of one of their customizations for the 17B model. In the front is an optional roomy storage compartment and dual 20-pound propane tanks underneath the cover that comes standard. The front rock guard opens to a fixed window. Here's a view of the undercarriage with the tire axles and stabilizing jacks. On the right passenger side exterior is an awning, intake and exhaust vents for the fridge, a storage compartment at the rear which houses an inverter. At the back of the unit is a spare tire, two RV batteries, deep cycle or optional 6-volt or lithium batteries, and a solar panel on the roof. On the left driver's side exterior is the power connection and city water and hose connections. 6-gallon hot water tank, optional outside hose shower connection, 12,000 BTU propane furnace, and you can't see them, but the black and gray tank dump valves are located underneath here. Tank capacities are 20 gallons fresh, 26 gallons gray, and 13.2 gallons black. The main entrance has a screen door, and as you enter, a fire extinguisher to your left. The front of this particular configuration has what they call an optional gaucho bunk, with a 2-person dinette which converts into 2 single bunk style beds. A nice roomy storage cabinet, which can also serve as an additional counter space for the kitchen. A nice detail here is the recessed coat hook. Hey, no need for command hooks. Storage cabinets on both sides and a shelf in the front. Lots of LED lighting in this area. And the washroom in the 17B is a wet bath.
Pretty much 5'9.5". Just my head would sit if I was to actually stand straight up. And of course, you can sit down.
Rub-a-dub-dub. The washroom also includes a small sink, toilet paper holder, a small screened window, and exhaust fan. This configuration comes with a 4 cubic foot fridge. The base model includes a 3 cubic foot fridge, a 2-burner propane cooktop, and a sink with a residential style faucet spray combination, and a good amount of cabinets and drawers under the galley. The rear dinette converts into a bed, A permanent bed option, we understand, is also available, which would allow for more storage space under the bed.
On the 17, I have still a lot of room. I can touch the side if I put my toes down, working my calf muscles. I can touch
the ballerina pose.
But I still have, you know, maybe 1.5 or 2 inches there. So it's smaller, a little tighter, I think, too, but it's still...
Oh, it'll be comfortable for both of us, yeah.
And this is the example of the split window. One of the options, if you have framed windows everywhere else, you can get the frameless window at the rear, and then it opens up about 3 inches. Yeah, both sides.
Finally, pricing for the 17B trailer starts at $34,720 US or 42,700 Canadian dollars. Okay, so let's move on to the Escape 19 trailer. Now the Escape 19 is very similar to the Escape 17, but of course a couple of feet longer. I think there's a few extra options you can purchase as well. The Escape 19 is actually 19 feet 6 inches long compared to the 17, which is 17 feet 6 inches. It's also about 4 inches higher and about 4 inches wider. And that additional length, height, and width translates into significantly more volume inside the trailer. There's also dual propane tanks and a storage compartment at the front in this configuration. The left side looks very similar to the 17B that we looked at, but this unit of course has dual axles. It also has an aluminum wheel upgrade. The holding tanks here are also larger, with 28 gallons for fresh water, 28 for gray, and 13.2 gallons for black. And this also has the additional spray foam on the bottom of the trailer, so that's an option you can choose, and that just provides some additional warmth. There's also a screen door in the main entrance, and of course for those of you who have seen us in our van, while we love our van door in the summertime, at times it becomes a little bit annoying sliding it, opening it, and closing, so sometimes just having a regular door like this with a mosquito screen, etc. would be an option that we would really enjoy. This unit also comes with an exterior hose or shower connection. In this case it's on the passenger side, but if you choose this option you can also have it put on the driver's side if you wish. Now walking in, we've got a nice 4-seater dinette in the front, and again it's just surprising how much roomier this trailer feels compared to the 17B. The galley has the same sink and faucet and a 2-burner propane cooktop as well as a countertop extension. Above the range hood is a tank monitor panel and the water heater and water pump switches. Plenty of storage cabinets and drawers under the galley. Oh, nice shelving. Very sturdy. And this unit comes with the optional 5.5 or 5 cubic foot compressor fridge, which is very similar to the fridge that we have in our Roadtrek Zion, and we really like that. There's nice storage under the fridge, maybe for shoes perhaps. The washroom is again a wet bath. A couple extra inches here in the 19-footer in terms of clearance. This has got a composting toilet in it. It seats quite a bit higher. Yeah. It's an option. Lots of room for Mickey, who's 5'5". I find it quite roomy. Probably roomier than ours.
Oh yeah.
This is handy. It slides, and I guess you can fix it in position. Yeah. Knobs down here. Yeah, very comfortable here. Very roomy. This unit also comes with the optional queen-size permanent bed, which we think is really nice. It's very comfortable. Lots of room. Easily could be probably another 4 inches taller without an issue here. I'm pushing my toes out. I still can't touch the wall. You can get a split window here too if you want, so it will open if you like. This one's sealed, thermopane sealed, but you can get an option where you can have the windows open. It also has storage space under the bed, which is accessible from the outside, so that makes it very functional. Overall, a very, very nice finished rig, as was the 17. Here's a nice view from above. This unit actually has 2 optional solar panels,
and you can configure that as you need to depending on the battery system that you choose. Finally, the pricing for the Escape 19 starts at $39,000, just a little over $39,000 US, and just a little over $48,000 Canadian.
So we're in the 19-foot Escape trailer with the president of Escape Trailers, Karl, and we're so lucky to have him with us in their warehouse and a showroom, I guess you can call it.
Yeah.
And we're so excited because we were able to make an appointment with you guys, and we got to take a lot of time and look at the trailers, and they're beautiful trailers. And so just taking the opportunity to talk to Karl, and we wanted to ask him a couple of questions, and I think first of all, is what makes Escape Trailers different from some of the other RVs out there in the market?
Well, there are a number of things that make us different. Of course, the first one you might say is we're direct to consumer, so we do not have any dealers. We don't work through dealers. We're all non-commission here as well. So at Escape, it really is all about working directly with our customers, getting feedback from our customers and using that feedback to help us grow the product. Because really at the end of the day, the Escape trailer is built for you. Right? It's built for our customers. So we take that as the sort of paramount in our business, is all about customers.
So you actually don't just build it and then let's see what people want to buy. People want to buy it, you actually listen to your customer first and then build it for them.
All the improvements that we see in the Escape year over year that we release in terms of new options or new base standards within the trailer all come from the requests that have come from our customers. Right, what they would like to see. And typically I can't make those changes instantly, but I will look at it and I'll go, oh, okay, this is what people are experiencing, and they are the true source of information in terms of where the product should go.
Oh, absolutely.
I can look at new features or new ideas, but really it has to be useful to our customers, otherwise it makes no sense.
Oh, absolutely.
To anybody.
So is there anything else that makes
the key one is that we're built for you. All right, so we have more customization in our trailers and personalization than any other travel trailer manufacturer in North America. There simply is nobody who has the quantum of changes that you can make or substitutions that you can make inside your trailer. And then when it comes to the level of personalization, where we got there's 7 different types of Formica fabric and flooring, and then there's 4 different types of trim that you can put on your countertops or around your tables. So in terms of level of customization, including the 3 different types of interior, right? So the wood, the oak, maple, and then this new contemporary look that I have. So it really gives you the opportunity, if you so choose, to personalize the trailer up to be absolutely yours. And on top of all of that, we then do open customization, which means you can, I have the 7 that are free. They're part of the base standard, but then you can send me whatever you want as material or Formica, and then we'll build it exactly to what you want.
Oh wow!
Right? As long as it meets the specifications that we need for the Formica and thing. But so we've had customers build the most amazing trailer combinations of colors and fabrics in them. So that level of personalization just goes far beyond anything else you could possibly. We're probably as close as you can get to a bespoke trailer manufacturer, but we're not bespoke, right? You say, oh, can you make the cabinetry just 1 inch longer or 1 inch narrower or whatever? No, a lot of that stuff we kind of have set out very specifically because of how it fits into the trailer, but everything else is absolutely personalized. So personalization and customization is probably the biggest part for the Escape trailer. Then of course we're direct to consumer, so you get all that benefit of what we can sort of feedback from them. We're non-commission. I think on top of that, then when you look at the Escape trailer, or certainly the fiberglass trailer industry, right, which is a small industry within the overall RV industry, it's the minimal maintenance that you need to complete on the trailer, the exterior of the trailer. So what you will hear with the more conventionally built sort of stick and tin trailers is that as they get older, especially, right, and more miles on the road, because I mean, you guys know, when you're on the road, the wind on the road, just the wind pressure on the vehicle or on the trailer, and motorcyclists get this the best, or anyone who's cycling at speed, is the wind is just trying to tear you apart as you're moving along, and it works its way into the stick and tin belts, and then just kind of loosens things off. And that's why people have so much work on the maintenance side year over year. With a fiberglass travel trailer, especially a one-piece trailer like these, but there are no seams to have to seal up over time. Yeah, you have your windows and you have whatever penetrations you have for air conditioning and stuff that you do have to look after, but they're a known quantity. They're not going to suddenly get bigger or crack open, so very easy. So minimal maintenance, I think, is really important, and especially when it comes to escape trailer, because the demographic of people who are mostly camping for longer periods of time are retired folks, right, or people above, say 50, if they've had their kids earlier and they've kind of moved on, right? So you've got that time, but it's also the time when you're sort of getting to the point where you're like, well, I'd rather not be up on top of a trailer maintaining it year over year. It might get a little bit more challenging because mobility starts to become a bit more of an issue for some folks as they get older. So it's like, no, I'd like to have a trailer with the minimal amount of maintenance work that I can just roll it in and out every year and be done with. Another feature on the Escape for Escape, which makes us slightly different to some other fiberglass travel trailer manufacturers, is that the interior of the Escape is all cabinetry. So it is all wood, and I say real wood, right? Because there's no MDF. It's real wood. The lumber that we have are plywood, right? Put together, so you don't have MDF, which comes with its own challenges, right? But it can be renoed. So the bowlers and the Trillium trailers and all these trailers from the 60s and 70s, well, they're all still around and they're all very iconic, and there's a bit of a booming industry which is to renovate them. So you have this beautiful, it's like old classic cars, right, that are sort of renoed up to more modern standards, and that's something you can do with an Escape, which means an Escape becomes a long-term, potentially multi-generational investment that you've made into your family. So, and this is where certainly people with who are just, I'm going to say financially smart with their investments, or accountants or engineers or folks like these, kind of look at the long-term value of the trailer as something they can either take and keep and pass on, or if they go to sell it, they're getting all their money back,
which is
so
nice.
you're not losing much of anything. So it becomes almost I'm not going to say a freebie, because you still have the investment to make in the first place, but you're not losing.
And actually, the older it gets, maybe the more appealing it can get to people. Especially if it's built well and it's made to last.
Built to last.
Easy to maintain.
That was one of the when I was coming up with Built for You as a tagline for Escape. There was multiples, and one of them was built for you, and the other one was built to last. And we kind of played around with both because they're both absolutely true. And I was like, well, you kind of got to go to one rather than
that's true.
many. We talked about personalization, talked about the maintenance, talked about the dealerships, or at least that we're direct to consumer. There's one last part, and this is really how we conduct ourselves at Escape as a business. So we have, we call it the arch, right? Because of course the Escape is an arch shape. So internally it's called the arch, and within the arch there's it's all about personal accountability, personal respect. So respect for yourself, care for yourself, and be honest with yourself, right? And so we do that as a group together within Escape, and this is also how we then treat our vendors, our customers, and our employees. We all treat them the same way we want to be treated ourselves, and we use those 4 values. Obviously there's hundreds of values a person could choose from, but those 4 fit really well. If we use those 4, that's how we conduct ourselves internally, which we do, then we get that real strong family sort of feel, and everybody works really well with each other, and we conduct ourselves that way with our customers and with our vendors. So for us it's this sort of permutation that comes from Escape out, just to try and make everything better in the same way that we make a better RV and try and get that into the hands of as many people as we possibly can.
And so I guess in that respect too, you also build brand loyalty among your customers, and I bet you keep in touch with a lot of your
wow,
customers.
for sure. Yeah, we have over 1,200 ambassadors now all through North America.
Nice.
Right, and these are people who are just simply, they just love their trailer so much, or love being part of Escape, or just enjoy maybe how they're treated to a large extent, and they're just simply willing to show other people their trailer. They take great pride in their trailer.
Yeah, and I understand that you organize escape rallies as well.
Yeah. So we have this. We have one escape rally at the moment, and I'm looking to expand that more into the US, because the current escape rally we have is in Osoyoos in British Columbia, and we run that every May. So the May weekend after, well, for Canadians, after Victoria Day, and that's always up in Osoyoos, and that has grown. And this year it's going to be, again, like last year was big, and this year it's going to be another 180, 200 trailers, which will turn up to that rally. And then we're looking at creating more rallies, or maybe not big rallies, because they're very hard to organize in some, certainly, from here down to into the States, but we're certainly going to organize more meetups.
Nice. And you're always there.
And for sure. Well, we love, Sharon and I, we love to get out in the trailer and just go explore and meet people. It's a wonderful experience, and I think everybody in your community kind of gets that.
Oh,
right?
absolutely. It
so
is.
Nice.
We always say RVers are probably some of the nicest people we meet on the road.
Everybody
absolutely.
loves it.
So, is there anything else that you can think of?
No, a big thank you to you guys for coming out and thinking of us and coming to do some videos. It was great to talk to you this morning and sort of work through the trailers and what we provide. At the end of the day, it's just to try and get the message out to people that there are some great quality RVs out there, and Escape is definitely one of them.
Customer service.
And you won't find any other manufacturer that will give you, this level of customization and personalization in a trailer that's simply really going to last you the rest of your life.
And one last thing is, if someone is interested in buying a trailer, regardless of where they are in North America, I guess, you don't have to be in BC to get an Escape trailer. So how would they go about doing that?
75% of our customers are from the US,
nice.
Right, and 25% is just a bigger market, so I think it just scales up in the same way. And we have delivery services all through the US, so we have hub locations where people can pick up their trailer from in the US. We do everything pretty much over the internet.
Nice.
We do Zoom calls, so we'll take you through to whatever trailer a person wants to see from the comfort of their couch, right? So we can walk through and answer all their questions in that way. We provide as much information as we have, we provide, and we put it up on the website.
Yes, and you're very open with all the information.
Our the whole goal is to educate people as much as possible and let them make the decision, because it is their trailer. Right? It's built for them. All right, so it's their trailer. We need to educate them, let them decide what they want to have in terms of options, and give them as much information as possible to help them make that decision for what they need. So that's the education part is vital for Escape, and then obviously the ability for people to see the trailers from wherever they are. We have customers who have never physically seen an Escape trailer, which they can, because they have ambassadors all over North America, who've never even seen the Escape trailer. They've seen it on the web, they've seen it with the video tours that we've done personally with them, and the first time they actually see an Escape is when it arrives. With them, and we get some great feedback from people, how happy they are to receive the trailers. When we used to do orientations here, and when at one point the only way you could get an Escape trailer was to come and collect it in Chilliwack here. That's changed now, obviously, but I enjoyed it tremendously when people would come, but people become so invested in their trailer, the configuration process, the personalization, it's like it's theirs. That the emotional release you would have with folks when they come, it was quite stunning. All right, it was quite stunning, and of course they're emotional with them, sort of having in us. So we'd be crying as much as they'd be crying the first time they see their trailer, just because it's so happy. They're all so happy to see their trailer, and it just lifts the room and makes everybody happy. So it's wonderful.
Nice to be part of that.
Yeah, for sure.
Wonderful.
Yeah, great memories.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time for us and letting us come visit, and we really enjoyed looking at all the different trailers. We did focus on a couple in particular, but
good. Well, thank you very much. I hope you get on your travels. I hope you get to see more Escape trailers out there, and now, of course, you'll be able to bump into everybody and say you've been here. And
fantastic. Thank
wonderful.
you so much.
Thank you.
Well, thanks for watching the video. We hope you enjoyed it and found it useful. And we just want to thank Carl and Harrison again for spending the time with us when we were there.
We really appreciate it.
Yeah,
it was
they
a
were
lot
really
of fun.
helpful, and we had fun. Yeah.
Yeah, they're very passionate about what they do.
So if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel if you haven't done so already. And we will see you next time.
See you next time.